Or would you rather watch two grizzly bears with a machete fight a hippopotamus with throwing knives?
That, every time.
Yes, Quentin Tarantino. Here is your next movie. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to It's Kind of a Gray Area.
So, Oscar season is upon us, which is not the season in which you go hunt people named Oscar.
No.
That's in March, I think. May.
March.
I know it starts with an M. Either month, go hunt people named Oscar. But right now, there's one movie that has been nominated in several categories, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. It's just a great movie. Go watch it.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. And it's directed by Quentin Tarantino, right?
Yes, which is the topic of today's discussion.
Does he exist?
Right. No. Unless he's in New Zealand, then we can't be sure.
Well, now we know, though. New Zealand exists.
Do we?
You can't question the universe.
I can, and I do every episode.
Right. So what's the actual shade for today?
Today's shade is, should Quentin Tarantino quit after 10 movies?
Yes, because that is the rumor.
Yes. Well, not a rumor as much as something that he has said repeatedly.
So that's his statement.
Yes. Here's the thing. I get it. Well, let me explain this in case you guys haven't heard about this. So Quentin Tarantino, pretty famous director. He's done things like Pulp Fiction, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Death Proof,
Kill Bill, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah, he did that one too?
Yeah, I think he just directed that, or just wrote it. I don't think he did both on that one. He's done a lot of very successful movies, and his thing is that he wants to retire after he makes his 10th movie, so he has this perfect set of 10 movies that are his legacy.
I get that. It's like the Star Trek series, which I like Star Trek. After 10 seasons, they just stop. They want to stop before the series starts going downhill.
Yeah, you want to quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I also don't know how someone in his position could resist the amount of opportunities available to him as a filmmaker. The thing he said is that he wants to retire from filmmaking and focus on writing like plays and maybe TV or stuff. But he wants to go back to just like spending most of his time writing instead of directing or making movies.
His movies are very gory. I wonder if that'll translate into his plays.
See, I think that's a weird thing about Tarantino is people think of him as being a very gory director, but I don't think he actually is any more gory than any other filmmaker.
Really? Like Django Unchained, Death
I haven't
Proof,
seen that one.
Grindhouse.
I haven't seen Django Unchained, so I can't speak to that. But I know with like a lot of his movies, people are like, oh yeah, it is brutal. But if you actually pay attention, you don't see a lot of the violence. You do see some of it, but a lot of the time it's like someone's face is getting smashed in. You're not watching their skull break open.
Oh,
It's that you see them get knocked to the ground and you hear the person kick them, but you never see anything. It's just, it all feels like you're there so much to the point where you're like, that was brutal. And it's like, you didn't actually see anything.
Well, that's what makes him such a good director, is like we can see something without seeing something.
Right.
Because of the way he just angles everything and plays everything off. I feel like I watched like this horrific scene in like Grindhouse or you know, something. But really, yeah, if you think about it, it's just like, oh no, I just heard the bones cracking, saw the blood splattering on the guy's face and everyone else's reactions, and then maybe an aftermath, but not it actually happening.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I feel like that's almost as bad.
Right. And don't comment being like, oh, really? Because here's a scene where it's really grotesquely violent. It's like, because I'm not saying they aren't. I'm just saying I don't think he's any worse with that than any other director that you might watch a movie from.
Okay.
Because there's tons of movies that you watch that have like brutal violence in them, but no one ever walks away like, that director is a little intense. I think Tarantino just does such a great job of kind of framing everything to really make you feel like it's so much more visceral. But, I mean, we could just sit around and talk about how good of a filmmaker he is all day. The real question is, why quit? And should he quit? Ultimately, this is a personal decision for him to make. We just want to know how the universe feels about it.
Whatever the universe's opinion is, it is its opinion. Because we're not asking for a fact, like, does New Zealand exist? Which it does, by the way.
It does.
A little spoiler in case you guys skipped that episode and came to this one.
Go check that one out.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff in that other than that fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
I mean, Once Upon a Time, was such a popular project before it was even picked up.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew it's Tarantino's 9th movie, going to be written and directed by him.
I thought it was his 10th.
No, the 10th would be the next one that he would make. Whatever next movie he does would be, in theory, his last.
Gotcha.
Though he has also said, like, this 9th one did pretty well. Maybe I will just wrap it there. But I think he's going to shoot for the 10. He was in a position with this movie where he actually, everyone knew the project. They didn't know what it was about. They didn't know the title of it. They didn't know any actors that were going to be attached to it. And still, there was a bidding war over that project.
Really?
Like, he was in a hotel room with the executives of a bunch of different production companies begging him to make the movie. Which anyone who works in film, it is the opposite of that, like, all the time for everyone.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
They want you.
Yeah, so...
Because of your quality.
He could literally make anything that he wants to make.
To have that reputation.
I know. I mean, that's got to be such a hard thing to walk away from. But ultimately, where I fall in this for the rock, paper, scissors, I think he should. I think he should quit after 10. If that's what he wants to do. I'm not going to say that I don't want to keep watching things that he makes.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate the desire to have a perfect legacy as an artist where you made these 10 things that will stand the test of time and are basically universally loved.
And now I'll take that he shouldn't and he should keep going.
Right.
But personally, I agree. I think after 10, if he's not in love with doing this and he has another passion in the industry, go after it. I don't care if he's like, I just want to do woodworking for the rest of my life. It's like, dude, it's your life. Do whatever you want. Thank you for making these 10 movies that everyone enjoys.
Yeah.
Or 9, whatever.
I'm sure it's got to be tough. Yeah, I can't fault him for this. I don't think I could ever do that if I were ever in his position where people were begging me to get to make my movie. But I get it. So, yeah, I'll say that he should quit if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, and I personally think he should also if he wants to do that. But I will take, for the sake of the universe, as a universal channel, as I like to call myself sometimes, the one that the universe never watches, I will take that he should not. And he should just keep making them until he's dead.
Right. Hang in there.
Regardless of the quality.
Right. Also, he should change his name to Quintino. It would save time. You ready?
Yeah. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boom! He should make them for forever.
Oh, I thought that was about the Quintino thing.
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, you got to keep making them forever, Quintino.
Did you really think that?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we never do that. A universal opinion. He should make them until he's dead.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't change his name, I think I'm just gonna start calling him Quintino from now on. Until I meet him face to face someday and he punches me.
And you know what this means? The universe is a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, or it wants to see him fail.
All right, guys, and Carter, this one is right up your alley, and I hope it's up your alley too. I hope it's really far up your alley. Okay, so would you rather fight 2 grizzly bears, all right, with a machete?
Where did they get a machete?
Yeah, but they have to share it, so it's like
That would actually be kind of cool. Tag team grizzly bears. One just punches you in the face and goes like that, and the other one throws on the machete.
That wouldn't be cool.
And then there's probably not much left to that story after he gets the machete.
Yeah, because you're dead. They already have claws. Okay, so fight 2 grizzly bears with a machete. You have the machete. Right. Okay, and it's sharpened. It is a sharp machete. All right, or 1 hippopotamus. But you only have throwing knives.
Fight a hippopotamus.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Or or would you rather watch 2 grizzly bears with a machete fight a hippopotamus with throwing knives?
That every time.
Yes, Quentin Tarantino. Here is your next movie.
That's for you, Quintino.
All right. So, would you rather fight 2 grizzly bears, you have a machete, or fight 1 hippopotamus, but you have throwing knives?
Okay.
Which the hippopotamus is known as the deadliest creature in the world. But it's 2 grizzly bears. I think personally, I'm pretty 50-50 on how dangerous those are.
Now, grizzly bear, your best bet's going to be going for the head.
Yeah. Well, kind of with everything, right?
Well, yeah, that's very true. But, I mean, other animals, if I'm fighting a kangaroo, I might try to take its legs off or something.
Ugh.
But with grizzly bears, I mean, if you're just, stab them in the general torso, there's no telling if you're going to hit anything major. If you just cut at their arms or legs or something, it's not going to chop off a limb.
No, it's just going to piss them off.
Yeah, it'll make them way angrier. But if you can just get right in the middle of the head,
It'll sound just like that too.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the head or general face area. You might be able to get to the brain, but then you also have to be able to pull the machete back out of the bear skull before the other bear mauls you to death.
I'm going to say, I always like to envision that I would go for the throat or up through the mouth or whatever, kind of like that classic.
While they're roaring.
Yeah, that classic, whatever, that classic move. But what if you did that? You killed the one, and you're covered in his blood, just completely fight or flight, which you're totally fighting.
Right.
All right. Just heavy breathing, totally Wolverining out, basically.
Right.
All right, but you got a machete, and you just look over at the other bear.
Wolverining, but yeah.
Wolverining. Is that
Wolverining.
What?
Wolverine.
No, Wolverining. His name was Wolverine, and you are inging.
Wolverine.
You're being a Wolverine. You're being the Wolverine.
Not that time. But the time before that, you said it right.
Oh, okay. So you're basically doing that. But then you just look over the bear, just, you awesome! And he just runs away No, Larry was the best fighter. Right. Yeah, you win, bro.
You know what, dude? I don't even like that guy.
I can barely stand him. Ha ha ha, spy.
Cutting jokes. We're all good here, right?
Yeah.
Would you look at the time? I got bear things going on, so.
Gotta go get my bear claw.
Right. But one hippo, I don't know how tough the skin of a hippo is that a throwing knife could penetrate it. But I feel like it could.
Let's say unlimited throwing knives.
But I also don't know. Okay, that helps.
Unlimited.
Am I any more accurate than I would be in normal life with them? Okay, so you would need 5,000 of them to take one down, unless you got it right in the skull or the eyeball or something.
I just throw it in the mouth. It can't eat you if his mouth's all cut up.
It could, and then you're just also getting cut up by.
You
just gave it sharp teeth.
It has new teeth.
I don't know if that's better or worse. If you want to get smashed apart by the flat teeth of a hippo or by the sharp throwing knives embedded in its mouth.
Because hippos they're not meat eaters, right? They're
herbivores.
They're herbivores.
There was actually.
They're very aggressive.
Yes. There was actually this whole campaign to replace cows with hippos in the U.S.
In Florida.
Yeah, when we had a massive beef shortage.
About that.
Yeah, they were going to plant all this stuff in these swamps that the hippos would eat, and they would keep the hippos in the swamps, and they would just come through and herd them. But hippos are not a peaceful group of people.
They're not like cows.
Yeah, they tried to sell them as
over.
They're herbivores. They're not going to be attacking people. Come on, guys, they're basically just water cows. But they're not. They are angry, vicious, vindictive, vile people, things, animals. That's the word. That's what they are. If I can get the drop on one of the grizzlies, it'll give me the time to take down the other one.
Go full Wolverining?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's possible. I'm going to go with the grizzlies.
I would too. I had no idea which direction you were going to go with that. But yeah, I would definitely do the grizzlies too. I feel like a hippo, I'm very out of my element. They can pull me into the water. Mm-hmm. Grizzlies, you can climb a tree, which of course they can climb too.
Very well.
Right? Yeah. But you have a machete. So second they get their claw up there, smack their claw with the machete.
Right. Or cut it with the machete.
Yeah.
Use the sharp end of the blade, Matt.
Back grizzly. I don't want to hurt it, Carter.
Right. That would be funny, though. It's one of us is slashing at them, trying to fight them, and then the other one just goes up to one with the flat part of the blade and is like, no. No.
Like a spray bottle with cats. Hey, down. Bad. Has anyone ever tried that? Has anyone ever tried to spray one in the face with some water?
They do make bear mace.
I bet bear mace would work on hippos too. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah,
probably. Yeah. Took me a second to really verify that in my brain, but
I can't think of a single reason it wouldn't.
Nope.
So today we found out that Quentin Tarantino, also known as Quintino in some circles, this circle
right here,
Quintino should retire after his 10th movie. The universe said so. And Matt would like to boop a grizzly bear on the nose with the flat part of a machete.
I think it'll work.
And I would go full Wolverine and try to take them both down.
And I'd be filming it for the next episode.
Right.
Because it'd be fantastic.
If you want to hear more insanely ridiculous conversations, much like the one you just heard, you should know that there are more episodes out there, and only you can watch them. They were made just for you. I want you to know that. So go watch them.
Yes. Insert name here.
Right.
But in the meantime, remember to comment, like, and push that subscribe button.
Save your DVDs to barter with in the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. Ring the notification bell.
Get a dash cam so you can prove to your insurance company just how good of a drag racer you are.
Yeah. And next family event, hire a stunt double for those awkward moments.
Yeah.
And as always,
IKAGA. Yup.